Hello Dixon High School and welcome to Dixini Live. I am Joey Habben.
And I am Kelsie Ludwig. Today we bring you an interview with our very own Mr. Shaner, a teacher feature on Mr. Kuster, and a tour of the Kitzman Farm Sanctuary.
Thanks, Kelsie. Let's switch over to James Kokar's interview with Mr. Shaner, where we can learn more about the BePurple acronym, its history, and its deeper meaning. Take it away, James.
Hello, my name is James Kokar with the Dixon Broadcasting Club, and today I'm interviewing our principal, Mr. Shaner. We're here to talk about Dixon High School's motto, BePurple. So, Mr. Shaner, would you like to give us a little bit of an origin story on where that motto came from?
Absolutely, James. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for being here today. I'm excited about what you guys are doing, and we're here to talk BePurple today. Several years ago when I was our athletic director, social media was kind of just getting going in schools, and we were tagging things at that time with the hashtag GoPurple. And it just meant to, be a Duke or Duchess fan, support the school. And actually then Mr. Fegan came on to be our athletic director, and I moved down here to the principal's office. And him and I began to have some conversations. He said, we need something deeper than that. We need something more than just support and get excited. What does it mean to be a Duke or Duchess? And really, that's kind of the evolution of moving from Go Purple to Be Purple, and we wanted to attach some meaning and some significance to it.
So, what are your goals for BePurple, and how do you feel it would affect the school and its students?
Yeah, I think in general, it's just kind of an outline of who we want to be as a school, who I would hope our kids strive to be as people every day, walking down our hallways, being involved in sports and extracurriculars, and even although I don't have a lot of control over when kids leave our building, but just how you should carry yourself in life, and how you should treat people and act, kind of regardless of where you're at.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, could you run through each letter of the purple phrase and what that means for each student?
Absolutely. So BePurple, the first P, we start with purpose. I think a big goal for me in high school, we get what I would consider children coming in at age 14 or 15 as freshmen, and when they leave, they're young adults. So that first P, that purpose, is we want to expose kids to as much as we possibly can. And I know that not every student's going to leave here knowing exactly what they're going to do in their life, but we want them to have a general idea of, hey, here's some things I really enjoyed, here's some things maybe I didn't, what's my purpose, what's my next step, where am I headed? So that would be our first P. The U is for unity, and that really just speaks to being a Duke and Duchess, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're all in this thing together, we're here together. We want to have pride in being a Duke and Duchess, and so that's where our U comes in. The R is a pretty common one, I think, in schools when they have acronyms like this, and that's just be respectful.
Yes.
Treat people well, whether you're walking down the hall with classmates or, we get a lot of visitors in our school. We want to just treat people respectful and treat them the right way. Our next P is for passion. And this one kind of goes with that first P, that purpose, but just finding what your purpose is and what you're passionate about, and then exploring that and having as many opportunities as you can to explore that. Our L stands for leadership. I'm a big believer that everybody has leadership in them.
Absolutely.
Some people are outright leaders and they could get up in front of a group and talk and give a speech, and other people have different leadership qualities. So just really finding everybody's leadership capacity and pushing them to be leaders. And then finally, our last letter of the acronym is E, and that's for excellence. And that's just striving to be the best we can every day, whether that's in the classroom, sports, extracurriculars, clubs, being a friend, a student, a son or a daughter to someone, just having excellence in your life and striving to be your best person every day.
Right. Well, thank you so much. And hopefully everyone watching this can take away from what was just said. And don't forget, BePurple.
I sure hope the freshmen were taking notes there. Next up, we have our first ever teacher feature, where Jeremiah Fry will be interviewing Mr. Kuster.
I'm Jeremiah Fry with the Dixon Broadcasting Club. I'm joined here today with Mr. Kuster, one of our new teachers here at Dixon High School. It's only his second year teaching. Mr. Kuster, what inspired you to become a teacher here at DHS, and more specifically to teach math?
Well, I actually got my inspiration from an old teacher here. It was Mr. Mead. He used to teach me AP Stats. And in that course, I was often the go-between between some of my fellow students and the teacher himself, just to kind of maybe answer some of the questions they were scared to ask the teacher. And it just really felt good to kind of help those students out and get them going.
Yeah, that environment kind of helped you, push you to what you are now as a teacher. It kind of, awakened that love for you.
Yeah, I just really loved being there, getting those kids kind of figured out what they're doing. Yeah,
100%. So obviously, you mentioned AP Stats was how you kind of started your mathematical teaching journey. But what courses do you teach here now at DHS?
So currently, I teach a transitional math course for seniors. I teach an Algebra 2 primarily focused on juniors, and then a pre-algebra for freshmen.
All right, sweet. So, obviously you love teaching. We can tell you have a lot of passion, especially when we were here, filming some B-roll. It looks amazing the way you teach these kids. But what else interests you outside of school besides just teaching?
So as most of you have probably seen, I tend to go to the gym pretty often. You'll see me very often at the YMCA over there in Dixon. I really enjoy that. I like going for those big numbers. You'd probably call me a power lifter. Besides that, what I really enjoy doing is I like playing video games. I feel like there's some sort of connection there. When I was younger, going after the big numbers in video games, and now at this point doing the same thing in the gym.
Do you think kind of like powerlifting and playing video games has kind of helped you build a more unique connection with your students? Do you think that's something that's helped you get to know them a little better?
Yeah, I've actually seen multiple students in the gym, and they really like seeing me there, and they'll call me out and we'll have little conversations. And I think it kind of opens up in the classroom that connection, like you said,
100%.
where they feel more comfortable asking me questions, both in the gym and even in the classroom, because they're just seeing each other so much.
Hey, did you enjoy that interview? I hope you did, because these teacher features will be a recurring part of Dixini Live. But we want you to tell us who to feature. Email the DHS Broadcast Club through Mr. Wendt or Mr. Bishop, or find one of us in the halls.
Yes, we have so many talented teachers. And now, next up, another familiar face that some of you might remember from your middle school social studies classes.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kitzman.
And I'm Kat.
And we are I'm the current owner of Kitzman Farm Sanctuary with my husband and
Kat.
She is my farm manager, so she handles all the day-by-day work here on the farm while I'm teaching. Many of you probably had me as a teacher. So about 10 years ago, we bought this property and we started just as a small farm. And then from there, we just kept taking in more and more animals. And finally, this past summer, I applied to become a nonprofit sanctuary because we do take in a lot of rescue animals and animals with disabilities. And so right now we are fully at capacity. If he could span over here, you would probably see we have 4 donkeys, mini goats, we have ducks, chickens, pigs. What else do we have? Just about turkeys, cows. So anything needing its last-ditch home, we try to take in and help. It is a no-kill sanctuary. They're here for life. Even our cows will never be slaughtered. It does cost quite a bit of money, and that was part of the reason why we switched over to being a sanctuary. Our running costs are about $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and that is with us baling our own hay. So we do a lot of work with fundraising. There's a lot of opportunities for students to experience our farm. We would love for Dixon FFA to get involved with us. We currently are working with Sterling FFA, and I have a couple of my farm helpers here. You'll probably notice a couple of them are from DHS, and these are kids that have just volunteered their time to help us out throughout the summer, and by doing that, they are earning impact hours through SOC. So next summer, there will be availability for another crew of kids to come. We always have endless work. Anything else you'd like to add, Kat?
Donate.
Yeah, we can always use donations. We take in blankets and towels. We have a wish list on Amazon. We have a website on kitzmans.com. We are on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. And we also take monetary donations as well. So we would appreciate anything you could share with us. Thanks so much.
It's so amazing that we have Miss Kitzman running a no-kill animal sanctuary right here in Dixon, Illinois.
And with that, we conclude today's episode of the Dixini Live. But stay tuned for more. And if you're interested in supporting the project, join the Broadcast Club. Or else. I am Joey Habben.
And I'm Kelsie Ludwig, signing off.